Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Last time we made we did the rerouting, okay, dynamic rerouting between routers 1, 2, and 5. So we advertised loopback interfaces, loopback routes on router 1, router 2, and router 3, on router 5, and also the directly connected routes. So if you go into router 1, let's go into router 1. I'll push this one a little bit at the side. So if I do go IP route, you can see if I filter the routes coming from router 2, also to dot 17. Okay, these routes are coming from router 2, okay? And the route coming from router 5 will be 205 dot 5. I'm just looking at the routes that are not directly connected, okay? Because we can also see the routes for this subnet, okay? But those are not directly connected. So I'm just talking about the read routes. So these routes are coming from router 5, and these ones are from router 2. So how do we know RIP is routing is going on? If we do show IP protocols, okay, you can see there's RIP routing. The protocol is RIP. Okay, protocol is RIP, and you can see the RIP parameters here. We have sending updates every 30 seconds. So RIP updates are sent every 30 seconds. This RIP routing every 30 seconds, and then the route if a router doesn't receive any updates after 180 seconds, the route is declared as invalid. And from then onwards, there's another 180 seconds called the hold on timer. Time when the router did not receive any updates till 240 seconds, the route will be flushed. Okay, so that's how RIP works. And actually, I have a little bit of a chart here just for reference right here. So that's how RIP works. For today, our focus today is to be able to filter this the loopback interface routes that are coming from router 2. So if I do this, so we want to filter these routes coming from router 2. This route, not filter, but summarize them. We want to summarize them. We don't want to filter them. The route is still going to be there, but it's going to be a bigger subnet. And this is very common in routing because if our routing table becomes too big, it's common practice to summarize those routes. So to summarize those routes, those routes coming from router 2, we have some common digits. Like we see the first 3 octets, there's some similarities. We have the first 2 octets are 100% exact the same. 172 and 117. 172 and 17, they exactly the same. And then on the third octet, we have to split it into bits. Okay. So right here you can see 4 in bits. It's 100. Okay. So if we take the to representing numbers in bits, you have 000, which is 0, 001, which is 1, 010, which is 2, 011, which is 3, okay, 111, okay, 100, which is 4, okay, and then 105, which is 5, okay. So if I put the numbers by the side, you can see this is 0 here, this is 1, This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. So this is exactly what you have here. Okay. So all the zeros preceding 1 here, all those zeros, they don't count. Okay. They don't count. So it's only 1 0 0 that makes 4 that counts right here. So in the same way, we have 5. We have 6. Okay. This 6 here. We have 7. Okay. So if looking at these numbers, you can see that in the third octet, you have all the zeros and up to 1 here, which is similar. What differs now is only the last 2 bits. Okay, the last 2 bits are going to differ. And in that same way, I split it down here in the summary. I further summarized it. So whatever you're going to see on the third octet, any number that doesn't, any bit that doesn't change, we put a 1. A bit that will change, we put a 0. Okay. So what's going to happen is to convert the third octet into a subnet mask, you have to multiply the first, you have to, the way to look at it is that without summarization, the third bit, okay, the third octet in the subnet mask is 255, okay, without summarization, okay. Now, when you summarize, you're basically trying to see how many bits out of the third octet are going to be changing. Okay, so that's how you look at it. And sometimes it's hard to explain, but that's how we look at it. So we're trying to look for the subnet mask for the new summarized subnet. Okay, so for that one, any bit, okay, of the third octet that does not change, that's not going to change. We put a 1, put a 1. So and then if you actually put ones all through, you're going to see that all these numbers, okay, you can see 128 times 1 plus 64 times 1 plus 32 times 1 plus 16 times 1. If we have to add them all together, okay, but if let's say if I put a 1 here, I put a 1 here, if you add them all together, you're going to give 255. Okay, so that 255 represents the 255 of a particular subnet. Okay, but since we're summarizing, the third octet is going to change. Okay? The third octet is going to change. So, and it's going to change. The third octet is going to change with the last 2 bits. That's why we put 0 here, and we put 0 here. So now, if you multiply 128 times 1 plus 54 times 1 plus 32 times 1 plus, you're going to see it's going to come to 252. Okay, you're going to get 252. So now with that in mind, that 252 means that our new subnet is this. Okay. Before it was this. A new subnet mask was, before was 255.255.255.0. Now it's going to be 255.255.252.0. Okay. That's our new subnet. That's our new summarized subnet from this chart. So with that in mind, if we want to summarize these routes, we don't want this route received on router 1. We're going to have to summarize out this interface gig 00. Okay, that's how this router gets to know about this loopback interfaces. Okay, router gig 00 on router 2. Okay, that's why I come here, right here, say configure terminal interface gig 00 IP summary address, and that's how you summarize your route on RIP routing 172.17.4.0. Okay, 4.0. We said this one does, the last bit here doesn't change, so 4.0, and then this one we didn't touch at all, so it's still .0 here, and then the subnet mask is 255.255.252. Okay, and we just calculated up there. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to paste in router 2. Okay, so go into router 2. And again, before we paste it, we're seeing all these routes, okay? So now we're going to paste this, and we're going to see a difference. We're not going to be able to see this, all these routes. You're going to see the summarized one. So I come here, just paste. Okay. And then I save the configuration. And then I clear IP route for the star. Okay, routes are cleared. Now it may not happen immediately, but let's see the routes. Okay, it's still there, but no problem. They're going to disappear. I'm going to do clear IP route for the star. Okay, now let's do it again. Okay, you see, so those routes is now summarized. Now, but still, I should see the summarized route. Okay, so then if I go, let me just say 17.0. Okay, so this is the summarized route now. Okay, this is exactly what we did here. So now we're seeing a summarized route. So routing is still happening between, okay, between them. It's still happening. We just summarize the route. So we have now a smaller routing table. Okay. Now, what happens when we summarize on this interface? What happens to the route received here? The route received here should as well be summarized. Okay, on router 5, it should be summarized because these routes, how do we know about those? How do we know about this loopback interface on router 2? We know about them coming from this interface. Okay, so the routes on router 5 should as well be summarized. Let's go into router 5. Show IP route. Oh, what am I doing? Type in somewhere else. Show IP route 172.17. Okay, let me clear IP route. Okay, now we should see the summarized route. Let's see. Yeah, it just took some time, but I was wondering what was happening. So it just took a little bit of time. So now we can see the route is summarized. It just takes some bit of time after clearing the routing table. So we see on router 5 as well, that route is summarized. Okay, the route is summarized. We can actually see right here. We know about this route through the through 192.168.15.1. That's router 1. Okay, and that's we know about this route coming out from GIG00 of router 5. And the RIP route has a administrative distance of 120 and the hop count is 2. Okay, this router and this router, they make 2 hop counts. Or the metric, you can call it a metric as well. So that's it for summarization. The next video is going to be, because I'm trying to make these videos as short as possible. So the next video is going to be about authentication, whereby we want, like, as I said, sometimes in routing, this router may actually represent one company. Okay, this could be one company and this another company, or this could be 2 different departments. And for security purpose, we want our routes authenticated. Okay, so we don't want our route just flush, just none here. We want this router to be able to authenticate to this router before you can receive its routing table. So we're going to do routing authentication. That's going to be the subject of our next video. So thanks so much for watching my video, and talk to you next time.